Oof, there's the problem. Oof, there's the problem. And got it.
MaterDash is now live. Streaming makers and crafting, Arduino, electronics kits, and repairing suicide awareness.
That sounded wrong. Enable new networking code. Nope, that should be good. Alright, so let's get us a screwdriver and we can go back to work on this. Okay, so the larger screws go to the edge. This one's about stripped out. And let's get something to set this up on. There we go. So how is everybody today?
Softly leave, and it's me you need.
Alright, so today we're doing a repair on a repair. I've had this apart a couple of times, but I found a glitch, so I'm going to try to fix that this time around. Okay, this screw's definitely going to have to be tossed. That's never a good sign. Got to check that out. Alright, so that's our negative. Now what I think I did is these are stereo plugs, but if you place a stereo plug in there, mono plugs. If you place a stereo plug in there, it shorts out. So I need to make this backwards compatible for both stereo and mono. Alright, there we go. Let's get a little more light over here. Now we should be able to see we have any problems here to here. Okay, so this one and this one are connected, and if I open this up,
hey, been a long time.
Hey Red Hat, how's it going? Alright, so right there we got continuity. Now we don't. So that one should be correct. But I'm not getting any continuity from here.
Good.
So we got this is ground. Make sure that's here. Yep, that's good. This is positive to ground. Alright, so I have, unless all of these are in use, I have a dead short. That's the way I have it wired right now. So this one,
What you working on?
I am working on an amplifier. Okay, so that's not shorted out. So this one's not soldered at, oh yeah, there's okay, blue wire there. So let's move this over this way a little bit so you kind of see what's going on. So what's happening is this is a mono plug. It's only supposed to be mono plugged in here, but if you plug in a stereo, it shorts out. So I'm trying to figure out what wiring I need to change for it to work for both stereo or mono. Okay, so let's switch this over to ohms. So let's move this over here just a bit so you can see, well, maybe see the meter. Looks like it's just a bad angle. There we go. So what should be positive to negative. Okay, so ground to ground is virtually a dead short.
I never opened myself this way. Life is ours, we live it our way. Hold these words I don't just say, and nothing else matters.
All right, so we need, go back over here. We have a dedicated negative line. Yep, dedicated negative line running through the whole thing. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 6 positive lines. Okay, so if you have something plugged in here and here, but nothing plugged in there, this one's still going to short it out. And the same way goes on through all of them. Make sure I'm thinking that through right. Do I have any more of these switches? I don't think I do. I think I got just enough. Kind of an odd angle to be working at. Let's see. Yeah, it's just an odd angle. So between here and here, there shouldn't be any resistance. Okay, between here and here, there should be no reading at all. It should look like that. But I'm getting a reading of 8 ohms. If you look, I'm trying to get a good angle here. I know it's blurry. Camera's having a hard time focusing. Focus. There we go. Okay, if you look, there's a clip there, and when the first one moves away from it, it disconnects. But if there's nothing in it, then it grounds itself out. And we do want that working, because if you don't have that on there, then it creates hums in the amplifier. That's where you get basically ground looping. But how do we get rid of the dead short without getting rid of the ground looping?
Have you worked on that laptop you got?
No, not yet. Actually, I was going to work on it today, but I decided to work on this instead. So we got this right here. I haven't even powered it up, to be honest. Alright, so we got... This is the ground. This is the positive. The positive is now looping over to the ground. So... I think all we need to do is just bend all these little tabs. Let me see here. Wait, if I open up all the tabs, then there'll be...
Could put in another wire?
Well, I'm thinking about it. Okay, so here's the thing. If I bend the tabs so it doesn't ever connect, then I'll have the ground looping problem. If I leave it like it is, then this is shorted out to ground. Yeah, that's what's happening. Okay, so how will I do this? I think I know what I need to do. Okay, so I need to bend all the tabs so none of them are grounded out, but to stop the ground looping I need to put a tiny resistor between here and there and each one, so that regardless if there's any ground looping, it'll just be dispersed. Do I have enough tiny resistors? Let's see, I need a 15 15K. Let's see what I got here. Need 6 of them, whatever I have. 1.5K, that's too big. Not marked. Okay, that's lovely. 150 ohm. Let's unroll all these so we can look through them real quick. So we have, there's 15K. We got 15K. We can go up to a 20K. That's 15 ohm. 1.5 mega ohm. That's still usable. That's a little bit extreme though. I don't think I need a mega ohm. 150 ohm and a 1.5K ohm. Okay, so we need a microphone. Do we have one? Microphone.
Reminds me of that Journator that kept shooting off cause it thought it was out of oil. David bypassed it.
I hear you. Alright, so let's see here. I need a banana clip. I need 2 of them. Where's another one at? There he is. 2 banana clips. Green and yellow. Test, test, test. Nothing there.
Memories, love it.
Does it have a mute button on it? Don't look like it does. Ooh. Test, 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 test. Nope, nothing. Okay. So, I think a 15K should be fine. So, if it's a 15K we need, let me put this back over here. Try checking this one more time. Okay. All right, so let's try it on AC. So, how has your day been, Red Hat? Yellow is ground. Green is hot. Yeah, nothing. Okay.
Now, usually I don't do this, but go ahead on, break them off with a little previews of the remix. Now, I'm not trying to be rude, but hey, pretty girl, I'm feeling you.
Alright, so
Reminds me of my Lexus cool.
let's go back through this.
Trying to get you to a hotel. You must be a football.
And let's see here. I need.
And let me get that.
Nice. Got some reading and studying done.
That's always good. Alright, so we got some clippers. There we go. One. Oop, you guys can't see what I'm doing. There we go. It's a real odd angle to be in.
Once I get you out them clothes, privacy is on the door, but still they can hear you.
And this one here, I just need a little bit of a bend, not a lot. There we go. This one, same way.
So give me that. Let me get that. Running her hands through my fro, bouncing on 24s. Why they say look at that red? It's the remix to ignition, hot and fresh out the kitchen. Mama rolling that body, got every man in here wishing. Sipping on coke.
Lower it down some more.
It's the freaking weekend, baby. I'm about to have me some fun. Crystal popping in the stretch navigator. We got food everywhere.
There we go.
We got fellas to my left, honey's on my right. We bring them both together. We got juking all night. Then after the show, it's the after party.
And that one off. Ooh, that one's still touching. Okay.
Roundabout before you gotta fill the lobby. Then take it to your room and somebody. Can I get a? Can I get a? Running her hands through my fro, bouncing on 24. Come on, why they say look at that red? It's the remix to ignition.
Last one, I think.
Mama rolling that body, got every man in here wishing. Sipping on coke and rum.
Alright, so now let's try this again.
Out the kitchen, mama rolling that body, got every man in here wishing, sipping on coke and rum. I'm like, so what? I'm drunk. It's the freaking weekend, baby. I'm about to have me some fun. Come on, Girl, we off in this Jeep, fogging windows up, blasting the radio. In the back of my truck, bouncing up and down, stroking round and round to the remix. We just thugging it out.
Alright, so we still have a short somewhere. We need to locate it. This one's fine. This one's fine. This one's fine. All these ones here are fine. Over to here. That one's fine. That one's fine. That one is not so fine. Yep, right there it is. Most of all, if he ever makes your heart give a teardrop ever starts, I'll be there
David saw.
before the next teardrops falls. Alright, let's try it again. Yep, there we go.
Felicidad, te deseo lo más bueno para los dos.
And get it back on there. There we go.
Pero si te hace llorar, a mí me puedes hablar y estaré contigo cuando triste estás.
Alright, that should do it. Whew.
Anytime you need me by your side to drive away
Every teardrop that you cry. So if I place a
just remember
let's put it on 2K.
and I'll be there before the next teardrop falls, and I'll be there before the next.
Okay, so I actually don't need a resistor then. It's got enough on it already. Oh, good. That makes it even easier. Now, I need to check the last one. It looks like I'm going to have to get me some screws for this project. Let me put all these resistors away. And let's check this one right here. Okay, that one's bolted in. Okay, so that one's good. I felt like it should have been, but I wanted to make sure. Alright. So I'm going to put 4 screws in this. Just for now, until I can test it out later. This isn't good though. Let me look at this. I do. So Red Hat, when you get a chance, why don't you, okay, that's good. Why don't you request a song or two and make sure that the bot's working, because the bot may not be working for requests, but it works for me, but it may not be working for everybody else. All right. Let's get an X-Acto knife. Let's get a little bit longer than that.
A tambourine. I used to have one. Somebody took or hid it from me. Okay, I will.
Oh, ripped it off. Well, that's no good. Let's clip it and try it again. That was smashed anyway, so it wasn't too good. But I should be able to put a... Alright now.
Sup?
Hey, how's it going, bacon? Bacon with some cheese. I like it. Doing some repair work.
What ya doing?
This is an amplifier. And I printed up some connectors in the back. There we go.
At Reed Hot, added Sean Ludwig, Sam Cook.
So
high quality to the queue at number 1.
I printed these up a while back. And then I printed it up so I can fit 6 inputs into the amplifier. So this is a older amplifier, but I had a problem with the connections grounding out. If you put a stereo plug in here, because these are just mono jacks, the stereo jacks was shorting out the mono jack. So, oops, before I put that on there, let me see if I have some heat shrink tubing somewhere. Should have some.
Alright, so upgrading?
Yes. What this used to be is it used to be a system for like a mall. The older malls used to have them. And so they had alarms set up to them and all different kinds of things. So what they invented was, if you look down in here...
How you doing?
Let me lower this down. I'm doing good, Mantiku. If you look down inside there, you see there's like little card slots. There we go. Okay, so the way the unit was made, here we are, is these are the card slots. So you'd slide this into a panel, and it would connect with these fingers into that card slot, kind of like the old Nintendo, if you know what I'm talking about, used to. And each one of these was for a different thing. So if you needed one for phonograph, you could use this module. If you needed one for like a large jack, you could put that in there. If you want an alarm module, you take it out and slide one in for an alarm module. And you can put them in anywhere, but it would just connect. But nobody uses these anymore. So I'm converting it into a basically 100 watt guitar amp.
41 AM for me. So CYA.
Okay, Mantiku. I'll catch you later. I'm glad you stopped in. Had a chance to say hi. And you have a good night also. So, I did the upgrade, and that was fine, but I was still having, basically I was having ground loop problems. So, I'm repairing the ground looping problems now, I think. I may have this open one more time if the ground looping problem don't work. Then what I'll have to do is I'll have to put a 20K resistor between each point to stop the hum. I don't have a way of testing it right now, so I think I've fixed the problem, but I'll be able to find out more when I can test it. So I'm putting it back together for now.
You got the case grounded?
Yes, the case is grounded, and the ground looping problem that I was having, if you know what I'm talking about, it seems like you do, is if you have an input in here and nothing in the other 3, it was looping to the other 3, because these switches, if you look, they have a grounding tab right here. So if there isn't something in it, it would ground it out. Well, what I did was I disconnected all the grounding tabs. So now if you have something plugged in here, it should only be on this channel. It shouldn't feed back into the other channels. So I think that'll fix it.
Diodes between.
I can put diodes in between. I'm thinking I don't have to, but if I do, then I will. I'll probably have to get some like small signal diodes, like Xeniers or something like that. But I'm hoping that this fixes it.
Working on the chain gang. That's the sound of the men.
So, do you mess with electronics much,
All day long this
Bacon? All right.
Nice work. Always like when people reinvent old gear.
Oh yes,
Music is working.
good. I thought so, Red Hat. You got a first because you're a subscriber. You're one of the first 10 subscribers. So, yeah, I repair old gear all the time. Matter of fact, I have a cassette tape deck.
Developer.
Oh, okay.
Rooms.
Escape rooms.
working on the
That sounds interesting.
highways and
I think I know what you're talking about. I've never been or seen one in person, but I know that there's a movie called Escape Room where things, I guess, go kind of wrong. But so I think I know what you're talking about.
chain gang. That's the sound of the men working on the chain.
Nope. Not like the movie.
Okay, good.
I'm going
Movie is different.
these
Gotcha.
I'm going home.
But you know which movie I'm talking about, I'm guessing.
My love so dear beneath the
Let's see, you can't see what I'm doing, can you? Now you guys can't see how bad a solder job I'm fixing to do.
working on the chain gang.
I just saw the movie like 2 weeks ago. XD.
Okay, that's very blurry, so let's fix that real quick.
All day long they're saying, my.
Yeah, I mess with Arduinos. In fact, I got an Arduino project I'm working on. I don't know if I'm going to work on it today, but it's a consideration for it.
Fun fact.
There.
I got a project to make an escape room based on the movie XD.
Ooh, that's cool. That's cool. All right, so let's go here.
She's fantastic. I knew she'd be a star.
She could be great. She could be a major star.
She is a star.
Okay, hold on a
The
second.
biggest star in the universe right now as we speak. Those who love the set, the director's got all kinds of things. The director's hot, he's hip, he's here. He's gonna be doing all kinds of things. He's gonna change the color of the set. He's got a great idea for a blue one.
Don't change anything, George.
Give it a minute
One
and it'll
thing,
warm up.
he's gone. I swear, he's history.
I want to meet her
You got it, anytime. Name the place, name anywhere, any street, you got it.
now.
Thank you for following Bacon with Zamakis.
All right, thanks for the follow. Did my follow alert work? Yes, it did. Thank you for following. I stream games as well, but I try to stay more creative than I do in the games. So you'll see me playing like League of Legends and stuff.
Worth it.
And oh, no problem. But I try to stay. This winter, I should be getting a whole lot more creative streaming up. Let's see how we're doing. Below it and above. Get a little bit more here.
Leave games on the left. Making content like this is worth so much more.
It sure is. All right. Got a little bit of a point on that one. There we go. Let it cool for a second and we'll take a look at it.
To be clear, I'm a gamer too. Not a streamer.
Gotcha. Well, if I'm playing a game and I figure I might as well just go ahead and stream it. So I'm not a content producer as far as games. I mean, I do stream games, but it's not my main priority. It's just if I happen to be playing a game, why not? You know, that kind of a thing. I already got everything set up. So, but I prefer creative streams. So I do this. I do graphics work. Sometimes streamers will have me editing their videos.
Stream what you like.
Exactly.
Get it?
And So sometimes I'll be editing videos on stream. Sometimes I'll make overlays for other streamers, stuff like that. I do a little bit of all that. Don't want to burn it.
So, what's your background?
I have an electronical engineer degree, old school. So I have several other degrees, but that's primarily what I do. I'm retired now, but I still like working on old things. I have a cassette tape deck down below. I need to buy some parts for, and then I'll be able to repair it. It needs belts and a few other things before I can go forward and see what else it is.
Like the Stephen Hawking voice.
Thank you. A lot of times, like if I'm soldering and stuff, I can't read chat actively because I can't have hot material in my hands and keep up with chat too. So I usually just rely on everybody being chill and not abusing it, and I keep it on. Alright, so that should be good for now. So unfortunately we won't be able to see if this is a finished product or not, but I'm hopeful that it is. And if it isn't, then like I said, I'm probably just going to put a resistor, move it over here. Oh yeah, you can see that a lot better now. Put a resistor between each module, here to here, here to here.
Or what's it called, are a bit too big.
They are. That one's actually for a larger, well here you can see it. It's actually for a larger heat shrink tubing. It's for a larger wire. There's it underneath a wire so you can see for comparison. But honestly, my black tape that I have, I usually use electrical tape. I'm old school, so I don't have a problem using electrical tape. But the black tape I have right now is, I think it's a little bit too old. It's kind of got mush on it, so I'm just not using it right now. Back that up. Alright, so let's put this back in. We need the fine-tooth screws. Should go in the middle. The larger screws on the corner.
All the time just add electrical tape instead of the tubes.
I do too. It's just like I said, the electrical tape I have right now, it just looks bad, so I'm gonna have to change it out, get some new ones. I'm gonna be making an order out probably later today, not filling it out, but I'll be filling in the form for it, get all my items together. I have several projects that's just waiting on material, parts and stuff, so I need to get an order sent out.
I sometimes even use breadboards in projects XD, shame on me.
I don't do that. I use project boards though. I know you know what I'm talking about. Here we go. There's one. I use plenty of strip boards. I use lots of strip boards in projects, so I'm not afraid of putting a strip board in. I don't do breadboards though. I got a bunch of them, but they're cheap enough. It just, I don't use them. If I'm putting something inside, it usually needs to be vibration protected, and I just like solder.
For making PCB at home, but they are expensive.
No, it's actually so much cheaper to have a
80 cents.
Yeah, it's super cheap, exactly. Okay, so I don't have any on me. Let me see, do I have any? I have some that a customer sent me. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can find it. And I'll give you an idea. Alright, let me get a board out for you, just a second. Okay, so he made 10 of these.
This is the cheap version. Is this even worth it?
Whoop, whoop, whoop. There we go. Move it right there. Okay. So you kind of get an idea what it looks like. This size board, and for comparison, this is how big it is. Okay. This size board, you could get 10 of them for $2, have them printed. And it's cheaper to do that than what it is to, you know, I mean, think about $2, you can order, let's say, $100 CNC router.
If you could make this with breadboard, takes a lot of cables.
Yes. Let me look at your link, by the way. Yeah, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. In fact, you can make that. That's why you have an Arduino. You know what I'm talking about. But it's very easy to make. A lot of people make them out of CD player racks. But you can make something this professional or even better with Arduino. But like I said, for $2 you could get 10 of those little circuit boards I had.
In hours.
Right. You can get 10 of those small circuit boards for $2. And I mean, it's so much cheaper to do that than what it is to have to maintain a CNC router, at least at my present location. Where I'm at right now, I got a pretty full room as it is. If I crammed a CNC router in here, I'd really be in trouble. Alright, so I'm just going to put 4 screws in. That one didn't hold. I think I need to bring it forward. Let me take this one back out. We might just leave 2 screws in there until I'm able to test it.
The thing is, it will take time to order and get it at home.
Oh no, it takes about 3 days.
I can make anything on the go.
Right, I got you. I make a prototype, and then in 3 days I have the real boards in. It's basically same day production, and then it takes about 3 to 4 days, depends on the weekend, for shipping. Alright, so I think we've been as far as we can on this one.
PCB per project.
Yes.
So multiple PCB are no need for me.
Yes, I got what you're saying. Yeah, in that case, definitely go with a CNC router. They work good. I've heard. I haven't had one of my own, but I've heard they work good. Bits, you have to be careful about the bits, the CNC bits, because they break off.
Follow, like, and subscribe if you like the stream.
Oh, what's the video doing? Is it just blurry? Let me see where we got any drop frames or anything.
Blurry and frizz. Or not moving. Yeah.
Okay, it should be fixed now. Let me look at drop frames. Okay, I'm not showing any drop frames on my end, but that don't mean nothing. Twitch might be having fun with it. Alright, so we can do some Arduino work.
Look good now.
Alright. Should I do some Arduino work? I guess we can. Ooh, my audio's clipping. Hold on a second here. Test, test. Test, test. That looks a little bit better. So we have a long off project right here. Turn this all off. And let's see if we can get video for the programmer running.
sexy on. Get your sexy on.
You ready?
So, do you exclusively use Arduinos, or do you use other microcontrollers also?
You ready?
There we go.
90% Arduino, 10% Pi.
Oh, okay. So you're probably familiar with most of this then, this coding. We'll go down through here real quick. So on line 9,
Yep.
on line 9 we're swapping the highs and lows registry values. 14 we're declaring some of our variables. 18 we're declaring our analog inputs. Flop is set at 1000. That should be the delay, but I could be wrong on that. Then on 25 we got our digital inputs noted. Let's go back to the code here. Line 32 we got our digital outputs. So we're declaring what all our integers are for that, for the pins. Then we go down a little bit further. And this is the part that I'm stuck at, is the DVD LED. So, what is the DVD LED run? If we look at what I'm actually processing.
I learned all I know by myself.
Yeah.
Never had an education for it.
Okay.
So theoretical I suck.
So, let's swap this up. Okay. So what we have here is a soldering iron station, hot air and an actual iron. And what happened is, we'll flip this way. The MCU messed up, microcontroller unit. The one they use is a Samsung microcontroller. I located them. They're about $50 at a whack. However, I do not have the coding to replace it. So, I'm building a converter. So what's going to happen here is this little plug into the dip socket in the back. All the wiring converts it over to an Arduino on this side. So I should be able to program the Arduino here, put it in here, and it'll basically run the soldering station. So I'm converting this over to an Arduino chip. Now, problems that I'm having. The drivers. The drivers that they use for the LED readout displays, rather than running a simple cheap driver, basically, I'm basically bypassing the microcontroller. Instead, I'm not using the microcontroller and going to be using a Arduino microcontroller instead. That's the actual microcontroller, by the way. That's the one that came with this unit. But the LED displays, they don't run a regular LED driver on it. What they run is a DVD driver for the DVD players. So I'm trying to get the Arduino to basically speak the same language as the LED drivers, and that's where I'm stuck at right now. So theoretically, I haven't plugged it in yet, but theoretically the Arduino should be able to power everything. It should run all the temperatures and everything.
The LED much faster.
Well, I could, but the feedback loop, if you look, the feedback is all on that one board. So everything is all-in-one basically board. So I'm trying to do it. If all else fails, I'm just going to have to do like what you said, basically notch that whole circuit board out and put my own driver on it. But I'm hopeful that I'll be able to use the actual hardware, because originally what I'd like to do is to be able to push this for free, the Arduino changeover kit, with directions and everything. because this is an ongoing problem. These are all fire hazards. And let me mute this for a second so I can hear myself think. These are fire hazards. What they did is in the hot air, and this goes for both hot air and the soldering iron unit. In the hot air unit, there's a small fan here, and this is basically like a hairdryer. So the fan blows the air across the hairdryer, and then it comes out.
Replace it with the RGB. You can add a nice effect like rainbow when heating up.
That's true. And if the fan ever stops working, or for any other reason, say something gets stuck in there and it just hangs the fan up or whatever, these will never shut off. They'll keep running indefinitely until it just catches on fire. And the same thing happens with the soldering iron. If the thermocouple, let's say it's calling for heat, and the thermocouple fails for some reason, these things will just run away. They have no shutdown, right?
Nice tuft.
And the Arduino, though, because it's an Arduino, you can program whatever code you want in it. So my end solution will be to have the Arduino as a change-in kit. Basically, I'll make this circuit board into a printable, orderable circuit board, so you can order it. And you can upload the sketch to the Arduino, plug the Arduino in, that's a crystal by the way, plug the Arduino in and have full control over everything. I mean, technically you can make your own displays, you can make them however you want, but I'm trying to make it that way. If that don't work, then I'm just going to have to change out the displays altogether. But I'm trying to keep as much hardware from the original unit as fine, because all this is fine. The
X equals 1 shutdown, X.
Right. That's exactly. Now, I don't know if I've added that or not, because it's been a while since I worked on this. So let's see here. Okay, I think I got it. Let's see. Iron controller loop. If switch iron on, that would be here. Hot air soldering iron on. Equals high. And then it goes into the iron PID. I've designed a PID, if you know what a PID is so it'll check the temperature of the iron, wait 1 second, check the temperature of the iron again, and if the iron changed by 25 degrees, then it knows, well, it's ramping up, that, let's say you have it set at 300, that at 275 degrees, the PID will start shutting it down early so you don't overrun your temperature. So it isn't just sitting there going hot and cold, hot and cold, hot and cold.
I don't know PID.
Okay. So that's what I got for running for the PID. The PID, I forget what it's called. I might have it written here somewhere, but
all right.
It's it basically keeps it from overheating, or if like you're pouring a lot of heat into a circuit, it'll keep the iron up. It basically regulates it. Think of a cruise control for your car. It does the same thing as cruise control. As it sees that you're pulling more heat off of it, it revs it up, and vice versa. I have not put, it don't look like, let's see, if hot air, okay, so that's this right here is the sketch part for the LEDs, DVD LEDs. Okay, so I have not put a runaway protection yet on the sketch, but okay, so there's 3 pins on here that control the LED display, and it's a serial, basically is what it is. It's IC squared, no, serial anyway. So with 3 wires, we have how many possible combinations? Okay, so you have 3 wires. You can do 1, 2, 3 in the perfect order. You could do 1, 3, 2. You can do 2, 3, 1. You could do 3, 1, 2.
So like print 9, show a 9.
No, not quite that. It's a serial bus, so it says. Let's see how I do.
9.
It would be. Think of it like a decimal, so it would be like on. Let's see, off, 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 on would be 1. Then off, 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 on, off would be 2, and then again and again and again. It's not directly how it is, but that's your basic thing. So you have 1 through 9.
That.
Yes, you got 1 through 9 in the first column, then 1 through 9 in the second column. Well, 0 through 9, 0 through 9, 0 through 9, and you have six total numbers because you have one set that's driven for the top row and one set that's driven for the bottom row, but it's all through just 3 wires. So that's where I'm stuck at for now.
Make a haddock to make a 298.
Let's see what you said here. Okay. What I'm thinking is what if I just have... Tell me if I'm thinking about this wrong. What if I have everything on my sketch blotted out, and I'll just have the DVD printing out numbers, and it'll just count 3 1s, 3 2s, 3 3s.
Off on give a 1. What gives a 298?
Okay, so the first column would be, I'd have to actually look at it. Let's see, the first column would be 298. To create an 8, you'd have to have, so that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4. So I think it'd be 0, 0, 0. Let's see, 1, 2, that'd be 3. Then that would be 4. Okay, so it would be...
Every single digit got 3 wires?
Yes, not 3 wires. What it does is it clocks the first one, then it clocks the second one, then it clocks in the third one, fourth one, fifth one, and so you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then I think there's decimal points in there, so 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Then it cycles and prints it out again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then it prints it out again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it just keeps doing that in the loop. Alright, let's get our music playing again. So, what I have in mind is if we was to have the controller do nothing, not heat nothing up or anything, just print out numbers over and over again, then we should be able to figure out which of the 3 wires go to which clock. So 1, and then 2, and then 3, and keep rotating them out till we find the right ones. I think that's right. So let's see what we can do with our sketch. What do we need to shut down?
Throw your soul through every open door. Count your blessings, find what you're looking for. Turn my side.
Okay, so we need our Arduino, we need our PID. The TM is for the not the microcontroller, the display controller. TM fonts is again for the display controller.
You're gonna wish you never had met me. Tears are gonna fall, rolling in the deep. You're gonna wish you could have had it all. You could have had it.
Here's our analog. All this can still run. Digital inputs, digital outputs.
Can't send my EEGs.
Oop, let me see here. I can't send my... Oh, you can't send your messages? Wonder why. I got that one. It might be the bots detecting spam or something. Let me see. You know how bots are. They get cranky.
Sorry, was at the toilet. Can you explain me how the digits are connected? Like one dick got 3 wires? Like ground voltage and serial?
Okay, let's see here.
Thank you for supporting Music for Relief. It's a great thing that you do.
I can't say pi asterisk s, but I can say toilet.
Okay, so trying to get an angle on this here. Actually, let me get a rag. I'll put a rag under this so you'll be able to see it, hopefully. Alright, so we got that. Let's switch screens. Sorry for the shakiness. We're going on a ride. Okay. Let's clear that up. 920 is a good camera, but this is just definitely not what it was designed to do. There we go. Okay, so this right here is the controller module for all the digits. All the digits run to this controller. Then, is there a second one? There might be a second controller. Let me see. Oh, I think that's it. Pretty sure that's it. So, you send a 3-wire input into this chip, and the chip decodes it and then sends out what you're actually trying to say. The chip is a TM1628, I think it is. Let's see that. Control C. V.
No, just one controller almost of the time.
Yes. Yeah, it's a TM1628. So it has a
TM1620 is right in there. $1,628.
yes. Yes, that's what it is. So looking at the schematic for the, well, not the schematic, the
Like and subscribe if you like the stream.
data sheet. I'm trying to find the actual data sheet. I should have it here somewhere. Boop de doop doo. Alright, so let's share this screen just a minute. I'll flip this over if I can.
Can you undo the mod/bot from Stephen Hawking?
See here. Nope, that didn't do it. Alright, so now we need to get Opera in here.
As a future project.
Let's see, can you undo the modbot? You mean, can I turn it off? Okay, it won't show the browser because the browser has, what has it got? It's got...
Chat would be alright. But then I hear it again makes it feel awkward.
I got what you're saying. Alright, so let's see here. Just a minute, I'll get this up and running. I have web browsers. If they have their, I'm looking for it. It is clear browsing data.
Any back to the digits.
Search pop-up.
Don't forget to have some beverage and stay hydrated.
Oh, I do need something to drink. Customize download system. Hardware acceleration. Relaunch. There we go. If you have hardware acceleration on, OBS is like, no, we ain't showing anything with hardware acceleration. So, let's go over here. Alright, so here's the controller. I think you can see that. Let's make sure. Yep, you can see it. Alright, so here's the controller. It has a DIO, so the in and out, a serial clock, and a standby. I think it's STB is standby.
I see it.
So, pin 1 is nothing. Pin 2 is digital IO. Pin 3 is a serial clock, and pin 4 is standby. And I want to say it's standby. Let's look. Oh no, it's not. Serial interface strobe pin. The data input after the STB has fallen, that means it goes negative, is processed as a command. When this pin is high, clock is ignored. So that's the 3-pin connection. You got pins 2, 3, and 4. Now, the problem is...
TD is industry standard dual.
Okay. The problem is I don't know which one of these is going to be serial and which one's going to be standby.
AHH
3.
TD.
So
STB.
let's look at our DVD. Okay, so we got 10, 12, 13. Ten, 12, 13 are the pins on the Arduino that's going to be used. Let's scroll down some more. I'm trying to keep this halfway clean so it's readable, but it's kind of hard to do. Okay, so what we have is a command called DVD clear, then DVD print, and it should be printing the value, then DVD set LED, and that locks it in, so then the driver will receive it. Then there's a delay, clear, print, and it repeats. So you got the first set would be for the iron, and the second set would be for the hot air. So we got if hot air. Okay, so this is the old air and the new air. So it saves the update speed.
Like DVD set 1, 8, for number 8 on digit 1.
That's what I'm thinking. Yes. So if we go back up here to the fonts, what they did is they converted all of the bits into actual fonts. So if you put DVD 8, the number 8, then it'll convert it into the proper, what is it? It's not hexadecimal, the proper coding for it. Okay, here's this. Bug. I want to see my files. Let's see what the files are here. Project examples. Alright, so here's the files. Libraries. Okay, so here is the library for the TM1628. Initializes Z as 0, initialize button, initialize state. Then this is the process that it works. Now this is a demo, I think. Let me see here. Press a button, show time, sign in disk, test print.
I get that you are trying to make the digits working as they are. Still, he'll suggest you to just replace Tom with others that are more easy to work with.
I agree.
Because it will take more time to learn how it works.
I agree.
And again, if you have time and really want to know the know-how. I get you.
Right. Here is the actual hexadecimal. I guess it's hexadecimal. I forget what it is. But here's the actual coding. LED, that's a 0 through 7. Then this one would light up the LED if it was on an actual display for a DVD. It's light up the VCD, MP3 player, the play button, the pause button, all of the different things. But what we're concerned with should be 1 through 9. That part right there. Well, 0 through 9, I guess is what it would be. But I agree with you 100%. It would be a whole lot easier just to whack the board off and put our own display driver on there. But I'm going to try this first, see if we can figure it out. It'd be nice if we could figure it out, and if all else fails, then we could just change it to a better display. Just upgrade it anyway. But that's what we have for the TM1628. Now somebody's already done this into the Arduino library. So let's take a look here.
You can just take out the digits. No need to whack the board out.
Well, I have a feeling we'll have to, and I'll show you why. I'm just giving you an example here. If we just go with I think this is a 2 or a 3 row display. The thickness of it if you can see that. I'm not sure if you can see that or not. Let me switch it over. No, you can't quite see that in a second.
Desolder the digits, replace them, and directly connect to Arduino.
There's what we have.
Can't you desolder? I guess.
Yeah, I can desolder. But I'm still going to have the displays connected to a driver. And so I'll still have to have 2 drivers. So that's what I'm looking at. Unless I mount a second Arduino just to run just them alone and run it as a standalone driver. But then you're getting right back into where you're at now. You still have to do all the programming for each individual digit.
I did not mean can you. Just like it covered.
Gotcha.
Sorry.
Yeah, but you're right. I mean, and these displays actually can work directly with a separate Arduino, because you can see the pins right there. You can pop this off. I mean, in reality, we could just find a package for this and redo that completely. But, because the displays are fine. It's just we have to code it. That's the only issue right now, is coding. And either way, even if we tried a different display driver, we'd still have to end up coding it. So it's kind of, like saying I'll rebuild the engine in my car because it's blown, or I could buy a new car with a blown engine in it and rebuild the engine in my car. We're still stuck at square one. So we're trying to, without having to purchase a new car. By the way, this is a subscriber's project. He bought this brand new from Amazon and plugged it in. He heard a pop in it. He sent it to me. I found the pop. It was a faulty capacitor. Replaced the capacitor, but this microchip, which is very odd, this little guy received 56 volts AC, and should be.
It's a gray book. And it's back.
Okay. So this thing received 50, I think it's 56 volts AC. It's only designed for 5. And this still works intermittently. If I put my thumb on it and heat it up to, I think it's above 80 degrees, it works fine. But if it drops below 80 degrees, it slowly intermittently gets worse and worse and worse until eventually it won't work at all. You warm it back up to 80 degrees and it works fine. So the problem is that this will probably still work, and it may work for years, but it might go out next week too. So we might as well go ahead and change it out while we're here. So let's get back to our Arduino here. See if I got one already connected. Connect you right there. You're gonna sit there? Good. Alright, so I'm gonna trust the auto focus, so maybe it'll do its thing. Maybe it won't. Back over here.
Original.
Yeah. There we go. So let's try a sample sketch. This should be a blink.
Maybe.
Okay. So this is a blink sketch if I got it coded properly. See, pin mode 13. I think the LED is on 13 on the originals. And let's put that up there. How's it going, Nice? How are you today? Oof. Saw this already. Allow this work way smartly. Okay, let's just close that out.
iNet graded LED. Real view.
Alright, we have it running now. I'm doing very, very well. Okay, blink integrated LED, I got you. So that should be good. It looks like it's working fine.
Looking back at me, I see that.
What we working on?
We are working on a soldering iron station.
SR here I go again White Snake. At Reap Hot, added Rhino, White Snake, here I go again 87 to the queue at number 1, playing now. Solder station LEDs.
We have a soldering station that the MCU went out on, and we're trying to program an Arduino to take its place. That's the Reader's Digest version. Alright, so let's get out of here. Alright, so let's try to compile this sketch. What is this? Yeah, let's go ahead and allow it. Keep that thing from going up there. Okay, so it seemed to have compiled okay. Let's try upload it.
Anyways dude, I'm out for now. Got you on follow.
Awesome. Thank you for the follow. And yeah, I'll definitely be on a lot more.
Dude, I had no idea makers and crafting category existed.
Oh yeah. Yeah. We're pretty big. I think there's 3,000 streaming right now. I mean 3,000 views. Let me look. Let's take a look real quick, see how many there is. There is currently 716 viewers. There's also
3,000 is nice.
yeah, there's
Channel with Arduino is rare.
right.
Rare.
There is also science and technology, and so a lot of times you'll see Arduino sliding into science and technology because some people think it's the science and technology and they're doing more of the coding. Some people think it's more of a maker's thing like myself, so it's, you know, it flip-flops in between the two. Then of course you'll get just chatting. A lot of people just put it in just chatting because they're just hanging out while they're working on something. There we go.
That's where I stream in science and tech.
Right, I got you. All right, so we have. By the way, when was the last time that you streamed?
Arduino is no science. It's all about DIY. But in out now. Cheers.
Have a good one. Yeah, I agree also. So let's get a quick shout out, all you guys out
So
there.
Wasbrew.
There we go.
Check out Wasbrew. They are playing science and technology at.
There you are. We gotta get our shout outs for our fellow creative, I'll call it creative streamers. Alright, so we got a blink command. I think we've got it.
Voiceover.
Thank you. I think we've got it programmed up. Let's see if we burn up a chip or not, shall we? Alright. The Arduino is now unplugged. He has left the building. When I said burn up, he took off. Alright, let's get this out right here.
He said I'd aim a head out.
Right, exactly. He's like, wait, what? No. We ain't running no 110 volt items on me. No, thank you.
Follow, like, and subscribe if you like the stream.
Alright, so there's the board all by himself. Alright, so here he is in the adapter. Now we get to see if we make smoke or not. Now the worst part of it is, I think I've misplaced my additional Arduinos. So if I mess this up, we might have a short stream on our hands. I have several Arduinos ready to go, but I don't know what I did with them. I put them all in a package, and then I misplaced them.
Fingers crossed, no smoke.
That's what we got. Let's see if we got this. Alright, so let's switch the view over. And let's adjust the focus. Come on, focus. Focus. Alright. So, let's turn everything off here. We got a switch in the back. Turn it off. I'm going to place the hot air station element into my hot air station because it should have a magnet in it for the Hall effect sensor. So they both they look pretty much identical, so it ought to shut the hot air off. Okay, so hot air there. The soldering iron I'm going to place into my soldering iron holder. so if it overheats, it should be fine there. I think we're all set, so if the lights go out and the stream goes down, then we know we tripped a breaker. So just a heads up. Alright, let's make sure nothing's touching on metal. Okay, nothing's touching on metal. Here we go. Did we see any smoke? I didn't see none. Turn it back off. Okay. So that's a start. Didn't see smoke. We ain't got nothing on our displays. Alright. Let's throw an oscilloscope on this. Trying to think, where would the VCC in be on an Arduino? Let's look real quick.
I love that's your litmus test.
Right? Okay, so at Mega 32 328p pinout. Okay, so VCC will be on pin 7 and ground will be on pin 8. So pin 7 is what we're looking for. And we are on test lead yellow. Yep, test lead yellow. Pin 7. Mine on the right side, it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Is there anyone out there? 'Cause it's getting harder and harder to breathe. What you are doing is screwing things up inside my head. You should know better, you never listen.
Now I need a ground. Where can I ground this out at?
Hoping somebody someday will do you like I did. When it gets cold outside.
Can I get one off the other side? We have a ground on pin 27.
What's your video bitrate set at? The video has gone out on me a couple of times.
Really? Okay, so just a second. Let's take a look at this.
Is there anyone out there? 'Cause it's getting harder and harder to breathe.
I've been up for...
My unsolicited advice is that you should set it to 3,500 or 4,000.
Okay, so skip frames because of encoding lag has been 109 total in 2 hours. Missed frames due to rendering has been 12. So I'm almost going to say that it's a Twitch issue. Let me take a look here. Okay, so we're getting a video resolution of 1218 by 720. 25 frames per second. That don't make no sense. It should be 30. Right now we're running at it should be 2500, but we're running at 2100 kilobytes per second. Let me hit play and get a refresh on that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, I just saw it.
This place is gonna be.
Okay, we're gonna try it again.
Believe it,
1, 2, 3, 4,
There's not
5,
single being soul here. So we can take a little time off,
6,
relax,
7, 8,
get lost.
9, 10. Yeah, that's a 10-second delay. Okay, I'm going to shut the stream down because you got to do that with OBS, and change some settings, and then we'll try it right back up. So we should be down for just a minute.
I wrote us a note. Enjoy your stay, and please stay out of room 6277.
That was creepy.
Anyway, have a good night. We'll see you guys in a little bit.
All right.
What if I fell to the floor? Couldn't take this anymore. What would you do?
Mater Dash is now live. Streaming makers and crafting, Arduino, electronics kits, and repair suicide awareness.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, still getting lag. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, we're still getting pretty heavy lag. Let's lower it down some more. Alright, so give it a second to get caught up. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, that looks a little bit better. Okay, so let's see if this works any better now.
Look noise.
Good deal. I'm experiencing about a 5-second delay, but it still isn't too awful bad, so I can live with that. Alright, so where else do we have ground at on this thing? Oh, we should have ground right here on this guy right here. That should be ground. Alright. Okay, so we do have power for the Arduino. So the Arduino is being powered up. Let's see what else we have here. Okay, so let me look at the switches that we have. We have DVD will be running on 10, 12, and 13. Alright, so the hot air will be on analog 0. So where is analog 0 gonna be at? Okay, analog 0 is pin 23. Well, I guess let's see if anything at all is working on it. So let's flip it on. Make sure I am still streaming good. Okay, it looks good. We're going to flip this on, and then we'll activate. Hold on a second, I hear something. Okay, we definitely have something going because we have hot air running. It's not hot though, it's just regular air. Okay, so nothing major turned on other than the hot air. Okay, so we do have the chip controlling the hot air, but we're not getting anything else out of it. So let's take a look at the hot air. Oops, forgot you guys have to flip over to the screen with me. There we go. So let's take a look at our hot air. Okay, fan out is pin 9. LED is pin 11. Did we get any LED on the front side of this? Let's look. Nope, no LED. Okay, so we definitely have something wrong. Let's unplug the whole unit. Alright, so let's take a look here. We are not using on the Arduino, we're not using pin 14. (13), 15, 16, and 17. Those pins are not used. So the question is do I have an error in my program or do I have an error in my wiring? Let me see if, let me go back to my stream. There might be in my notes in the bottom. Let's see, projects is where it should be listed. Let's go to projects and see if there's if I saved my diagram to it or not.
Francis L.
Because I'm reverse engineering this whole thing, so
The girls in the band.
there could be a glitch in just what I wrote down. There could be a glitch in my programming.
Still here, sandbagging.
Let's switch you over to upper screen. That's not the one I wanted. Okay, so I don't want to flip over. Okay, so let's grab this then. And we'll just convert it over here. Alright, so here's what we're looking at. We are in the project for rework station. There's the display driver. And so I don't think I saved the notes for the pinouts. It doesn't look like it. Got a link, nothing there, video. So I may have to go through and reprobe all of that over again. Interesting. Well, that just goes to show you always got to keep backups. Streaming page.
Hey.
Oop, let's see who that was. Yeah, I may have to go through the whole thing over again to make sure that I have my pins right. Because, see, here's the problem. I could have, let me make the screen bigger again. Right. I could have a problem in my sketch. I could just simply have my pins misordered. Or I could have a problem in my diagram, which is my converter that converts the Arduino over to the Samsung pinout. Or I could have simply mismapped the Samsung because I'm reverse engineering it. So it could be any of those. Or all of them. I could have a combination. So, because regardless if the display works or not, the Arduino should still run all of the, basically all of the system. And it's not doing that right now. So I definitely have something wrong. It is doing something because it's turning the fan on and off for the hot air station. So the Arduino is activating. It's just not reading something correctly. So let's push that back in. I don't want to put it in very tight. Okay. And you know what? I should have a notepad with it on there. That reminded me. I wrote everything down in Notepad just for this occasion. Let me see if I can find my notepad. That might shed some light on this. because I felt like I was afraid this might happen, and I did something to prevent it. I made a file, or I'm pretty sure I put it in Notepad somewhere. Because I usually don't rely on computers if the project's going to take a while. Or if I do, I make a bunch of backups and copies and stuff. Still looking. I'm fairly certain I did make a diagram of it. Let me also look in the folder. Maybe I have something there. Let's go back over to here. I'm still looking, by the way, guys, so just so you don't think I fell asleep on you. See, Travis.
Two young people without a thing say some vows and spread their wings and settle down just what they need.
Living on love.
Alright man, I gotcha on lurk. Glad I got to catch a stream.
Absolutely, thanks for coming by. Don't forget to hit that follow or sub if I don't think October is a free sub month that September was, so but anyway, that way you'll know when I'm streaming next time.
That's what you're thinking. But love can walk through fire without blinking. It doesn't take much when you get enough living on love.
Now, if I remember correctly, just so I have you right, you're the one that's making the mechanical arm, aren't you? Or am I wrong? Have I got the wrong streamer? Okay, so back over here. I feel like that's right, but I could be wrong.
Two old people without a thing. Children gone.
That's me.
Okay.
The snack bot.
Yes, that's it. Okay, that's what I thought. I wanted to make sure I had the right. Sometimes I get my streamers mixed up.
Face for followers.
Gotcha. Okay. There we go. Okay, so we're back to our original, and I wanted to say that I made a note somewhere here. So let's look at where this folder is. make sure I didn't make a note in the folder that, because I know I would have made a backup somewhere of something.
That's what you're thinking. But love can walk through fire without blinking. It doesn't take much when you
Nothing there.
living on
Nothing there.
You're living on love, buying on time without somebody. Nothing ain't worth a dime.
Nothing there.
Just like an old-fashioned storybook ride, living on love.
No, I sure am not seeing it.
But it sounds simple. That's what you're thinking.
Been a minute.
But love can walk through fire.
Oh, wait a minute. I think I found something.
Much when you get enough
Haha.
love.
I did find it. Copy that. Let's actually put this into the sketch as a note. This is the wrong sketch. Are you the right sketch? Yeah, you're the right sketch. Okay, so let's put this into this sketch as a note. We'll do, what is it, // Alright, now no. There we go. Oh, can you see what I'm doing? I didn't look. Da-da-da-da. Nope, you can't. Hold on a second. There we go. There we go. Now we're set back up. Alright, so I'm going to comment this out. There we go. Now we have our pin out, and let's save that. Okay, so if I have this correct, we should have, here's the pins. So pin 1 should be ground. Okay. Okay, so pin 1 should be ground. And we have ground on the chip is pin 8 and pin 22. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8's correct. 22. That's 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Uh-huh. Okay, so that don't look right. So let's take a look here real quick. Maybe counting wrong, so it may be that simple. So we have pin 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let me get a probe real quick. Alright, so right there's pin 8, and it's ground. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 22 is right there. And I have it connected to 23. So that wire's definitely wrong. It needs to move back one. I don't think it's going to make that much difference. But let's see, 23 is an analog input. So that's analog input 0. Do I have anything for an analog input 0 in the code? Let's look at my analogs. Yes, I do. Analog input 0 is for hot air. Well, then that makes sense. So there's the first issue. Before I correct that, let me make sure that that's what I got the right pins and everything correct. Goes right here. So that's 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Right there's that one needs to move over one.
In our days, 'cause I found God.
Okay. So now how am I going to get to that without melting every single wire in the...
I'm so lonely, that's okay. Shake my head, and I'm not sad. And just maybe
Let's flip this back over to here.
for all I've heard, I'm not sure. I'm so excited, I can't wait to meet you there.
And let's focus this in a bit.
That's okay, my will is good.
So, let's move this out of the way. We don't need that right this second. So what we're doing right now is we're feeding a 0 voltage, or ground basically, into the thermocouple switch, which is telling the hot air thermocouple to run because it's reading it as overloaded, over temp. So that's why our fan's coming on. The only problem is I need to desolder this one from here and move it over there, and I got all these wires in the way. So first things first, let's try to get our board up off of the mat so we can see it. Alright, then let's try to route our wires.
That's okay, 'cause so are you. Broke arm is so
Out of the way.
every day for all I care. And I'm not scared. Light my candles.
Okay, we got, oops, got that pulling this way. Alright, so I want to make sure one last time that I'm not counting wrong. Meanwhile, I'll warm up my soldering iron. And get it ready. And let's count this one more time. We got 14 right here. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, and 22. And let's make sure our pinout is correct, because maybe I got the wrong pinout. Let's see. It's a 328. That's the proper chip. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Yep, 22 has got to be ground. So I need to move that there. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Yep, that's off by 1. Alrighty. Let's get some tweezers. And let's see if we can move this over 1 pin. Alright, we moved it over 1 pin. Shutting the iron down. So that would be 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 is ground. So that should be correct. Basically, they're identical except diagonal from one another. So there and there. Alright, so let's mark that down in our sheet.
I get filthy when that liquor get it to me. I've been thinking. Why can't I keep my fingers off it, baby? I want you. Nah, nah. Why can't I keep my fingers off it, baby? I want
So ground is going to 8 and 22, and that's been checked. So we'll put an asterisk there because that's been confirmed. Then we got serial 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so these should be the DVDs, would be 2 and 3. Do we have anything connected to 2 and 3? So unmove that. Okay, 1 is here. One is connected to 7. 1 is connected to 7. That can't be right. Yeah, there's only 20, so this has got to be for this chip over here. It's a 20-pin chip, right? Yep, that's a 20-pin chip. Okay, so 1 is ground. I gotta reverse it. That's what's wrong. Okay, so in the soldering station, pin 1 would be left top. So this is pin 1 right here. And it goes right there. So this one right here would be ground. The ground goes from there across to there, but is that correct? This would be ground, so it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's definitely not right. Let's look at our chip. What if we're going backwards? So what if it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nope, it would be over here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's what it is. Okay. So this chip would be the other way around. Alright, so if I put it that way, take a look at our stream. Yeah, you can still see. Move it down just a hair. There we go. So, if the chip's in this way, then we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and this would be ground. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This one would be just like that. So that's pin 1. Okay, I may just have to start this all the way over from scratch. I've got too much mixed up right now. There. So this would be ground. And that's VCC.
Like walking into a dream, so unlike what you've seen, so whichever it seems. God's been waiting for you, falling into this place, giving you a
All right, so let's look here. We got 1.
I see a distant light. My girl, this can't be right. Such a surreal place to see. So wild in this contact.
Yeah, I think I may have to scrap this whole board. I think I've messed too many up. It's gonna be painful. So, if pin 1 is ground here, I'm moving it right there. It comes over here, so that would be ground. And it's hopped over to here. So if that's ground, let's count from this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If we count from this side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Too bad.
7.
Sorry to hear it.
Yup, I've got what should be ground running to the VCCs. Let's take a look at the original chip pinout. 7 is VCC on the Arduino. And if you go the other way, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that's not good. Well, the good part is I don't think I burnt the chimp up, and I mean, I'm only out of little bit of time for reworking this. So what I'm gonna have to do, I probably won't do it the rest of this stream because sorry about dinner time. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to redo this and probably take this little guy and check him out a second time and make sure I have all of the outputs correct on him. And then I'll redo this board and I'll redo these wires. So, I mean, we didn't burn nothing up, so that's always a good thing. I don't think we did. Let's actually check that. Let's take the Arduino out and see if it's still registering as an Arduino. Hopefully we didn't burn the Arduino up. Technically we hooked it up backwards, but these little Arduinos are pretty tough, so hopefully we didn't. Okay, that's a good sign. You already heard the chirp. Let's switch over to our coder. And let's close this down. Okay, so let's write, you see what it's doing right now. Let's write a code in there to make sure that the Arduino is working properly. Thank you. So let's look over here, and yeah, we got the blinky light program running. Okay, so we didn't burn the Arduino up, and it didn't technically malfunction because we just have the wirings wrong. It looks like what I did was I flipped the switch around backwards, the original chip, which is odd because I didn't think I did that. So let me put that there. So we're still at square one, but at least we're closer. We have the code written. All we have to do is wire it up correctly and document it better because our documentation is flawed. So it's time for dinner here, so I will be catching you guys next time. It'll probably be on Monday. We'll do a Monday stream, and what we'll probably do is test all of the pins out again on the original, write them down, and then we'll go back and redo our board if needed. Yeah, too many different possible combinations, but we're getting there. We're getting closer. So that's going to be the Monday stream if everything goes as planned, nothing bends or breaks. Red Hat, how's the stream been for you? I know Nice said that it was cutting out for him, but have you had any cutout issues since I've been streaming? Other than, of course, when I reset the stream, but... Did you catch any of that, Red Hat?
Yes, right along with them.
So it's been cutting out for you also?
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to get through this thing called life.
Okay now.
Okay, but it was cutting out for you?
Yes.
Okay. But now it's working fine, right? Alrighty. Okay, well, we're wrapping the stream up, so I will be seeing you on Monday, where we will put the original chip back in, try to get it to work, test all of the switches and buttons out again, and at that point, we will document everything a little bit better. So I'm going to find a way of documenting this in a more easy format, and then we can redesign it one more time. Good part is by the time we get this done, we should have all the bugs worked out. All right, have a good one, Red Hat. Thank you all for watching. It looks like we have, let's see here. Looks like we got about 6 viewers in Twitch. We got 12 viewers in YouTube and 9 viewers in Hitbox. So to all my viewers out there, thank you for joining me in this stream. We'll be catching you next time on Monday, and we will see you then. Until then, keep your irons hot.